So it has been snowing in Canada for the past 1 week, and we can say officially winter is here. And with winter comes not only cold temperatures but also a viral infection called common cold. And if you're new to Canada, this video will be really helpful for you because in Canada you can not only catch common cold but two other illnesses which have very common symptoms, allergies and flu. So I have my hot tea here and some common over-the-counter medicines that are available in Canada, and we'll talk about cold, allergy and flu. What are the differences in symptoms and which are the medicines that you need to stock up in your medicine cabinet to enjoy the winter without catching any of these illnesses. And towards the end of the video, I'll give you a bonus tip that many Canadians are not aware of. So stick around in this video. Hi kinds, welcome back to our channel. My name is Shrey. Living in a new country like Canada brings a lot of exciting opportunities, and every day we learn something new. But it also brings new challenges. Challenges of being healthy in the cold temperatures of Canada so that you can perform at your workplace and enjoy quality time with your family. If you're also suffering with symptoms like stuffy nose, congestion, cough, sneezing, headache or body pain, get your hot tea, coffee or chicken noodle soup, because in this video we'll be breaking down 3 common illnesses that Canadians can have during this time and what are some of the common symptoms. So let's get started. But before we do, in case you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and like and share this video with your friends and family so that everybody is aware about these common illnesses and also how to deal with them. So firstly, let's talk about what are these 3 conditions. The first one is called common cold. This is very similar to the cold that we used to have back in our home countries as well. Some very common symptoms associated with cold are runny nose, congestion in your throat, sore throat, sneezing, and sometimes a mild fever. The next condition is allergies. Now, allergies are not very common back in India, but if you come to Canada, there are various seasonal and non-seasonal allergies that you can catch in Canada. They can be due to increasing pollen levels, which is a seasonal thing which happens right around fall time, or it could be due to dust or pet dander. Now, symptoms of allergies include runny nose, itchy or watery eyes, sneezing, but there is generally no fever that's associated with it. Allergies can happen year-round or seasonally depending on the increase in pollen levels and other things that you may be allergic to. The third condition is called flu or influenza. This is a more severe form of a viral infection, which would bring with it severe symptoms like a high-grade fever, body aches, fatigue, and sometimes even nausea. It can also make you feel really drained, so it's best to avoid catching a flu. So one common difference that I can tell you between cold, allergy, and flu is that flu is generally associated with a fever or a high-grade fever and body aches. Allergies, the most common symptom that you will have, which will not be there in cold or flu, is the itchy and watery eyes. And allergy symptoms generally last a longer time. Cold would mostly go away in a week, but allergies can be there for many weeks or even many months. So hopefully with these symptoms, you'll be able to differentiate whether you are having cold, allergy or flu. And sometimes it can also happen that you're having 2 of these conditions together. Now, let's talk about some of the most common over-the-counter medications available in Canada to help you deal with all of these conditions. First, let's talk about cold. I have put a picture of the cold and cough shelf in Shoppers Drug Mart, which is one of the most popular retailers in Canada. And you'll see that we have both tablets as well as liquids available for you to deal with cold. For few common brand names are Tylenol, Benylin, Vicks, Dayquil and NyQuil, and also you can see Buckley's and many other brands. And one thing which you will find different in Canada medications compared to India is that paracetamol, which was very commonly available in all of the drugs, is known by a different name here. So if you see acetaminophen 500 mg, that means it's paracetamol 500 mg. So it's not called paracetamol here, it's called acetaminophen. So you'll see that all of these cold medications would have acetaminophen of varying degrees. Some would have 650, some would have 500, and then there would be cough suppressants and antihistamines to deal with allergy. And you can also find different medications for cold, cough, sinus, and there's also something called Complete, which is it deals with all of these 3 conditions medications together. And all of these brands also have their own websites, so you can go on their specific websites, look at the ingredients, look at the dosing information, and you can also find if there are any day or night options available. So sometimes you'll also find these combo packs here. So one pill is to be taken in the day and the second pill is to be taken in the night. That's probably because the second pill will help you sleep better during the night. And you also have other forms of medications like nasal sprays and lozenges available, similar to how we used to have in India. So that's your cold medication. Another thing to note here is that we used to have this brand called Benadryl in India, which was a very popular cough medicine. In Canada, that is known by a different brand name called Benylin. So it's the same ingredients more or less, but it's called Benylin here. So Benadryl actually is a different medication here which is used for allergies but not for cold. Also to deal with pain that is associated with flu or fever, you can take brands like Tylenol or Advil, and if you go to all of these retailers, they will also have their private labels. Like Shoppers Drug Mart's private label is called Life brand. So you'll see Life written at the left. That means it's the Shoppers Drug Mart's own private label. Similarly, if you go to Costco, they will have their own private label called Kirkland. So that's their own private label, but you also have branded names like Tylenol, Advil, Vicks, Benylin. So that's also the difference. When it comes to allergies, again, I'm putting a picture of the allergy shelf from Shoppers Drug Mart. You'll find popular brand names like Claritin, Reactin, Allegra. These are used to deal with more seasonal allergies, which you have to take for a long time. If you have an allergy to, say, the pollen, then before the pollen season starts, you'll start taking these in the dosage that's suggested for you. You can do your own due diligence and research there. So that's one kind of allergies, which are basically antihistamines that work well with your allergy symptoms. And you also have saline sprays or eye drops available for different symptoms that you have with allergies. And the last medication is for the flu. So for flu, you have generally a high fever and body aches. So you can take flu medications like ibuprofen or acetaminophen, which is paracetamol. So ibuprofen, there are various brands. There are two brands which are popular, which is Advil and Motrin. And then for acetaminophen, you have Tylenol, which is available. And that also comes in various strengths like regular strength or extra strengths, depending on the level of acetaminophen or paracetamol that's available in them. So as you would have heard, prevention is better than cure. So if you're going out in the cold weather, ensure that you're properly covered so that you don't catch some of these viruses that are in the air. And also when you come back home, try to wash your hands as much as possible. Stay away from people who are having cold because it can spread in the air. And just take these general precautions, keep yourself hydrated, warm, and have a good night's sleep, and some of these symptoms should go away on their own. But if you want to stay one step ahead, especially when it comes to flu, there are also flu vaccines available that your healthcare physician can give every year, because there are different flu viruses going around every year. So this year's flu vaccine will give your body immunity against this year's prevalent strains in the air. Now, you may have to take it every year because the strains of these viruses keep on changing. The virus also tries to stay ahead of the curve and continues to develop itself further. But influenza is a very, very serious problem. It has caused many lives. In fact, Spanish flu, you would have heard about it. More than 10 to 20 million people died because of influenza or flu. In fact, more soldiers died in the World War I due to flu rather than due to the actual fighting. So that's the severity of flu. So take your flu shots if especially you go in a crowded environment where you are more likely to catch flu. The flu shot will definitely enable you to reduce the severity of the flu symptoms if at all you catch it. So it will ensure that you can get back to your normal life much better and faster. And it's free if you're covered under the OHIP or the healthcare plan. So meet your doctor and discuss if you would like to take a flu shot. So, and if you're going outside, it, carry a sanitizer, avoid touching because your hands touch various common points, and when you get your hands towards your eyes or your mouth, that's when the virus enters your body. So try to keep yourself sanitized, clean your hands, wash your hands, and avoid sneezing in your hands so that you don't spread it. Always sneeze in the crook of your elbow so that you're not spreading the germs around. And the last thing that I want to talk about is when to see your doctor. In case your symptoms are severe, you have high fever and you have difficulty in breathing or severe fatigue, it's best to see a doctor. Walk-in clinics are available across Canada, or you can also visit the ER in case you don't have a family doctor. But in case you have a family doctor, then schedule an appointment with them in case the symptoms are not going away. So as promised, the bonus tip that I want to share with you is that recently in 2023, you don't need to visit a doctor for many minor ailments like allergy or cold. You can visit a pharmacist and get the prescription, so you don't even need to wait in ER or wait for an appointment in a walk-in clinic. You can visit a pharmacist in a drugstore and get prescriptions. Depending on your insurance plan, you will have to decide whether over-the-counter or prescription medicines are covered in your plan and get them reimbursed. So that's the bonus tip. Search for minor ailments Ontario for more information. Living in a cold country like Canada means experiencing new things, including the winter sniffles. But I hope that this video would have given you enough information to deal with these 3 common conditions: cold, allergy, and flu, and you are now better prepared to stay healthy in the upcoming season. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with your friends and family so that they are also aware. And please subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more such videos like this, please mention it in the comment section about which condition you want us to cover, and we'll try our best to explain it to you in the upcoming videos. Stay warm, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.